Hello, my name is Paul Jenkins, Managing Director of UK Packaging Innovation Consultancy, ThePackHub, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Cyril Drouet, co-founder of Choose Planet A. How are you today, Cyril?
Yeah, very well. Thanks, Paul, for inviting us on your channel.
Excellent. Really looking forward to finding out a bit more about Choose Planet A and your Good Cup solution. So, first of all, can you tell us a little bit about your background and what inspired you to start Choose Planet A?
Yeah, sure. My background is I've been in the packaging industry for more than 20 years. I started actually my journey in Birmingham in the UK, where I started becoming a packaging designer for Euro Packaging, and we were actually the first company in England to bring PLA and blow films out of it. And to me, it was the first time that I started to see, okay, packaging actually can become sustainable. And at that point in time, everything that I have designed, I try to understand that everything that packaging do is just for single use. Eventually, it'll always go to the bin. So we have to design things that are non-mixed material, things that are much easier to recycle, try to reduce as much plastic, as much weight. And along the way, I specialize with bio-based material, I specialize in compostable material. And I started Choose Planet A about 4 years ago. After being serving for 20 years, working in different corporate companies, working for big brands, I took the expertise, I took all my network, and I tried to apply to project actually that I wanted to pursue myself. So the first really innovation I've launched is a paper cup that doesn't use any plastic coating, that doesn't need even a plastic lid. And it's an all-in-one paper cup that we are starting to launch, and we see great success about it.
Yeah. And of course, you won the Packaging Startup Awards, which is why I really was speaking.
We
so
did.
Well done.
We were grateful to win that at the London Packaging Week at the Startup Awards. We won many other awards. We won like the Red Dot Award, the IF Design Award, the German Award. And this week, actually, we've been featured on Time magazine as one of the 200 best invention of 2023. So this is also a milestone, because it's not so much an award from a packaging industry or design industry. It's actually from mainstream media. And we believe that this is going to help us to convert all the brand owners, the distributors we're talking to really actually start to switch to the good cup and ditch, all the plastic lid that they're using for the paper cup and the beverage.
Excellent. Well, very, very impressive. Okay, so a little bit more about what specific packaging innovation or solution does your startup offer, and how does it address some of the current industry challenges?
Well, what you have to know is across the world today, there is 500 billion paper cup consumed, and along the way, it's 400 billion plastic lids. This lead generates so much waste. We're talking about million tons of weight of waste going to the landfill, because overall in the world, only 9% of plastic are recycled. So the rest is rather incinerated, but most of it is going to the environment. So what we're trying to solve is, after 1,000 handmade samples, we managed to do a paper cup. There's an all-in-one that made out of paper, an aqueous-based coating that is not PE-based. It's actually a bio-based coating. And then here we have an invention that is patented. We have a flap, so the cup can go under traditional coffee machines or any fountains of beverage. And then very quickly, with just a few moves, 1, 2, and then 3, the cup just lock. You can hear the click, and when you hear the click, the lid is completely closed, and here you have a spot where you can drink from. And if you want to reopen, you just press, and then you reopen, and then you can add more sugar, more milk. So this solution actually is much faster to produce. It's more cost effective. You save 30% space in the supply chain, because you don't need a carton of cups and you don't need a carton of lids. You just only need 1 carton of the good cup. So eventually the space, as you said, the 30% space you save in a container or in your warehouse or in a truck, that translates also to 30% saving in your logistic cost. So we have a lot of big distributors across the world and brands that are extremely interested. And we have launched already in Australia this year, in Japan, in the UK, in Canada, and the US just now. We're just having stock, and we're hoping that we're gonna help all the brands and consumers that never had the choice before to use a plastic lid or even a paper lid but with a plastic coating, not to switch to solutions that is definitely more sustainable than anything else on the market.
Excellent, and truly an international proposition as well.
Yeah, truly international proposition, absolutely.
Excellent. Okay, so what challenges did you face while establishing and growing your startup, and how did you overcome them?
So what we discussed previously was mainly about how difficult is it to become an entrepreneur and what are the challenges from being an entrepreneur. To be honest with you, Paul, I never thought that I was an entrepreneur. I've always been a designer in my career. I studied as a mechanical engineer, and then I moved to product design, and eventually in England, I became a packaging designer. I think what makes you grow as an entrepreneur, like today I'm 46 years old, and I started my first company when I was 42 years old. The first company I started is a design studio, a sustainable green design studio where it's purely design service. We do also material consultancy that are completely plastic-free and plastic alternative. The second company I have is mainly a company where we do a lot of trading. So I buy sustainable packaging when I add my twist to the production to be more sustainable, and then we sell that to big companies. And the third company is really this one, is Choose Planet Air, where it's the business model is completely different than the other two. It's purely an intellectual property business where we have innovations that we patent, and then we just license them to distributors and brand owners worldwide. So the things, becoming an entrepreneur is, to me, from my experience, was I started as a designer, and then I climbed the ladder of becoming a design manager, and then eventually a design director for a large global firm. And along the way, you start to learn a little bit more about, when you talk with purchasing, about how to buy well, when you talk with your sales teams about how to sell well, how you start to pitch your clients and your brands about your idea. So you really grew along your career. And then by the time you know all the tricks, about a company, then I think you're ready to do your own. And that's what started for me. I just wanted to develop my own things with my own material, with my own pace, and I wanted to develop much, much faster than large corporations that sometimes they ask themselves too much questions. Sometimes, as an entrepreneur, you need to tackle the challenges very fast and not ask yourself too much questions, because time to market is key. And the time to market for the innovation that we have done, we want to launch them fast because the world cannot wait. There's so much plastic pollution across the world. We really try to tackle that as fast as possible. And I think for me, I don't look at what I do too much. It's all about my gut feeling. It's all about the relationship. It's all about the feedback that we get from our clients. And then once we know that we're on the right track, we just go full steam. So the thing is, it's not a straight line to be an entrepreneur. You have a lot of ups and downs, and you need to be surrounded really well in your family and with your friends. And then you just keep going every day.
Excellent. Okay, so how could other startups in the packaging industry learn from your experiences to achieve success?
It depends what you define as success. Success for most people, it's about making $1 million, and then money defines success. For me, it's not that. What defines success to me is we've just been featured on the Time magazine this week as one of the 200 best innovation of 2023. To me, this is success. We made a loss of a company this year. It's not a failure. I mean, most companies on the first year, they fail. Just don't make any profit. When we look at the forecast, we know that next year we're probably going to make profit, and all the other year after, surely we're gonna grow a lot. So success is really about, you have to define what is the purpose in your life. I think this is the most important. What is the purpose of your company? What are your targets that you want to achieve personally? But I never compare myself, or I never compare my company to other products. What I compare is where my product is today, where my product is going to be a month from now, and if we can grow, if we can improve, if we can sell more, to me, these are success. So I think this is what, in my opinion, what any young entrepreneur should look like. It's about define your own success and work towards that.
Excellent. So one last question. What's next for Choose Planet A and the Cook-Up?
Well, we started this company thinking that we will replace all the paper cup with plastic lid and all the plastic cup with plastic lids. So many beverages. Today, we see a lot of them in the food industry. So we have developed and we developed new patents and new product that would be released next year. So the cup is evolving not just to be for drinks, but also for food. And then along the way, we learn so much from market. It's such an interesting process because we are in discussion with distributors and brands in Japan, and the way people drink coffee in Japan are completely different from the way people drink coffee in Europe or even in the US. So we have developed the cups and the spouts and so many different things that we made a spout that when you drink, you have a hole above your nose. So when you drink coffee, you can also smell the coffee at the same time. So you really enhance, the coffee drinking experience. We have patented that, but it's just such an interesting process when you're a creator, an inventor, a designer, because you have so much to learn. And this is what makes our job really exciting. So I cannot tell you where we're going to be in 2 years or 5 years, but what I can tell you is we're not going to stop innovating. We're not a one-trick pony company. And our purpose is going to remain the same, is to look at traditional packaging in plastic or in mixed material that never changed for decades. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to replace them with more sustainable solution.
Excellent. Fighting talk. Well, Cyril, Drouet, thank you very much for sharing your birthday with me. I hadn't realised it was today, so congratulations and have a great birthday. But thank you also very much for your time. A really enjoyable conversation. Thank you.
Likewise. Thanks a lot, Paul, for the invitation.